What's good, you guys? You know who it is, man. This your boy, Mr. Relentless Lex, and I'm back like I never left this mother. Yes, sirski. All right, so, you guys, we got Jaguar Wright exposing the list of celebrities that fled before the Diddy trial. Now, I'm pretty sure it's a long list. I don't know exactly how many names she's going to name, but I'm pretty sure I know one name she's going to name, and that's Mr. Sean Carter. Hove, Jay-Z himself, bro. I know she gonna name him off the rip. But we're gonna see who else she naming. Jaguar always been known as something. She always keep it 1,000 wow. Let's get it. Spicy.
Everybody that bragged about going to Diddy parties, and if you want to be rich and if you want to be famous, you got to make it to a Rock Nation brunch or a Diddy party.
Orlando Brown said Diddy's not going to jail. He said,
I can understand why he would say that.
Yeah.
Away from the music, and that clearly seems to have been borne out by these charges against Diddy, which if he's found guilty of all this.
50 Cent, Wendy Williams, and other Hollywood stars who tried to warn us about P. Diddy. As Kanye West defends Sean Combs, we take a look at the stars who warned us about his behavior long before the shocking allegations came to light. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but from what I've learned during the Super Bowl halftime, they say that Kanye West allegedly asked Kendrick Lamar to say free Diddy during the halftime performance. Kanye, bro, what is wrong with you? First of all, you got your wife walking the red carpet in the nude. Then you gonna ask. That's just ridiculous. Come on, Kanye, man. That's just crazy, bro.
For years, Jaguar Wright has been warning the public about the dark secrets of the entertainment industry, but few were ready to believe her. Now, with Diddy's trial looming, her claims are beginning to look more like truths rather than conspiracies. What she's exposing now is even more shocking. A list of celebrities who fled before Diddy's trial even began. This isn't just about a few people distancing themselves. It's a pattern of A-list figures disappearing, cutting ties, and making sure they aren't anywhere near the fallout of what's about to happen. Some of the biggest names in Hollywood and the music industry, including Jay-Z, Will Smith, and Beyonce, are now being called out.
Were you around them?
Sure.
I would like to start for what everybody knows is Jay-Z.
What about him?
Were you around him, and what capacity were you around him? Was it strictly? Was it only
NDAs
unplugged?
in my life.
Wow, 2 of them.
Okay.
Both by Jay-Z, let me guess.
Both of them were with Mr. Carter.
I'll figure that. I'll figure that.
Ask me what you want to know, and I'll answer what I can.
Let's just start with the base level. Business, personal.
Both.
Both.
And spiritual.
And spiritual. And spiritual. Okay.
Are they running because they know too much, or were they more involved than they ever wanted the world to discover? Jaguar Wright has been in the industry long enough to know its darkest secrets, and now she's confirming what many have suspected for years. She claims to have seen what goes on behind the scenes, and now she's no longer holding back. For years, the industry tried to silence her, dismissing her as crazy. But now, as lawsuits pile up against Diddy and other influential figures, her words sound more like confessions than rumors. And the names she's exposing, they're some of the biggest in the game.
Everybody that bragged about being his friend. Everybody that bragged about going to Diddy parties, and if you want to be rich and if you want to be famous, you got to make it to a Rock Nation brunch or a Diddy party. Newsflash.
Newsflash, Jaguar. I say
Jay-Z's
newsflash.
still on a milk carton. Not even the devil's friends are loyal.
Whoa. Wow, that's crazy.
We gotta get real. It's time to get real. And in the conversations that we've been planning to have and share with the world, especially this next conversation. All I ask is that everybody that's watching, stop thinking this shit is entertainment.
One of Jaguar Wright's most shocking claims is that Diddy has been selling incriminating tapes on the dark web to avoid going to trial. If this is true, then this isn't just about one man's downfall, it's about protecting an entire system of corruption. If Diddy has dirt on other powerful people, it explains why so many celebrities are suddenly vanishing from the public eye. The real question is, who is on those tapes, and how far will people go to prevent them from being exposed?
Why would he sell on the dark net?
Now, I don't know if it's just me, you guys, but I really don't know what the dark net is. Where is it at? Like, what is the dark net? Do you guys know what the dark net is? Comment down below, bro. I've never even heard of the dark net. I'm being honest.
His tapes of just terrible. Wanna know why? Because he doesn't intend to stand trial.
Wow.
Is he protecting people, or are people protecting him?
Oh no, he's selling it because he needs the cash. The last freak off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I know because I monitor, went for $500 million.
What?
It had multiple stars in it.
Wow.
Nicki Minaj, Rihanna,
Wow.
Chris Brown.
Orlando Brown said,
Wow, bro.
Diddy's not going to jail. He said,
I can understand why he would say that.
yeah. Can you break that down a little bit more? Why you think he said
Well, considering that the is selling his own evidence that would put him in jail against him on the dark net to the highest bidder. Why would he sell evidence of his debauchery and savagery?
How come you think it doesn't get leaked to the public?
The dark net?
Yeah, like,
Because of the dark coin. Most people don't even know that the dark coin exists. But that's how they're trading for all of the flesh they sell. Which is why I became so outraged last year when the twins turned 16 and he had them dressed like prostitutes and then he auctioned them off as NFTs.
For years, Diddy has portrayed himself as a business mogul, a mentor, and a cultural icon. But insiders are now painting a very different picture, one of a man who ran his empire like a mafia boss. If these allegations are true, Diddy wasn't just part of the game, he was running the game. And now, as the truth unravels, the people who once stood beside him are suddenly nowhere to be found.
Away from the music, and that clearly seems to have been borne out by these charges against Diddy, which if he's found guilty of all this, he's never coming out of prison. How dangerous do you think?
Thank God.
How dangerous do you think he is as a person?
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met. A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil.
Wow. Wow.
Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucian Grange. He was selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to rape it. See, this is the thing. Everything that I'm about to say to you is not my firsthand knowledge. It is my firsthand witness account experience. I was a sex worker. I was a dominatrix before I got my record deal. That's how I know how the dark world, the sex world, and the entertainment world run hand in hand. That's why the movie Blink Twice is so important. Salute to Zoe Kravitz.
Wow.
The sex workers that I have worked with throughout the years and continue to work with, even to this day, have worn hidden cameras.
Harvey Weinstein, all the attention that he got, and then now Diddy. So yeah, I mean, this is ultimately the world that we live in. but he'll have his day in court. And, you know, his lawyer said that he's not going to take a plea deal, because I think a plea deal at this point is probably going to be very heavy-handed, probably 20 years plus. So it makes sense for him to go to court. But we'll ultimately see what happens, you know, because we haven't really seen, apart from some of the funny stuff of, oh, there's 1 million bottles of lube that they found there. I'm sorry, 1,000 bottles of lube and so forth. We have yet to really see what the evidence is. And I think once we see the actual evidence, then people will actually formulate an opinion on what's happening right now.
Do you think there's a lot of people in the rap world in particular who are pretty fearful right now of where this may all lead? Is it a bit like the Epstein scandal, do you think?
One of the most noticeable absences in the fallout of Diddy's trial is Jay-Z. The man who once called Diddy a close friend and collaborator has gone entirely silent. And he's not the only one. Will Smith has also seemingly distanced himself, raising questions about what they knew. Are these strategic moves to protect their careers, or do they know something that could destroy them if caught in the storm?
Question is, what the f he gonna come back to?
Right.
The goalpost has changed. Young Thug is on the street. Little Dirk is being set up, and Jay-Z don't know Diddy. Nigga, stay home.
Dang, that's right.
Stay home.
That's crazy, but you're right about that.
Hey. Well, give me your takes on the Young Thug trial. Like, longest trial in Atlanta history. Georgia history.
Longest trial in Atlanta history, and ain't shit happened.
It's just,
This nigga gonna be on probation forever, like every other nigga.
yeah.
Okay.
Should he have just saw it through like a couple more weeks? He would have just had an answer.
You must love the smell of my ass, ho.
Damn.
The Diddy, isn't that what you called me, you little faggot?
Whoa.
Damn.
Mister, I'm so worried about my algorithm, but I'm always begging to go behind Jaguar, right? You Nutri-Rat bitch.
Whoa.
Go on over there, have yourself a lovely interview.
You know, he has a comedy
Jaguar
show
cold,
right now.
bro.
You ever wanted to?
It's called his life.
Yeah, you ever want to just?
That's his comedy show. His life.
Oh.
As more information comes out, a growing list of celebrities has been
Dang.
named in connection to
Jag,
Diddy's
do not
alleged
play.
crimes. Some of them have been accused of attending his infamous freak-off parties, while others are suspected of being complicit in covering up the truth. If these names become public records, it could be the biggest scandal Hollywood has ever seen.
This current news flooding everybody's feed of Sean Diddy Combs, whose homes were raided this week by Homeland Security as part of a trafficking probe. 2 homes located in Los Angeles and Miami owned by Diddy were raided by Homeland Security Monday in connection with a federal investigation into sex trafficking, assault, and the solicitation and distribution of illegal narcotics and firearms. In video circulating online, law enforcement officers can be seen walking through the LA home with guns drawn and people being questioned in front of the home. It is unknown if Diddy was one of them. The LA raid took place in the lavish Holmby Hills neighborhood. Sources confirmed to TMZ that Homeland Security was in the middle of raiding the musician's properties. Combs has been accused of several crimes, including one lodged by an anonymous woman who claims that he and his 2 friends sexually assaulted her when she was 17. Combs has filed a motion to have the case thrown out.
It turns out that some people knew about Diddy's downfall long before it began. Even as far back as the early 2000s, Rosie O'Donnell predicted that Diddy would end up behind bars. If people in the industry have known about his actions for years, why did these accusations take so long to emerge?
A lot of multiple nominees, multiple Grammy nominees this year. Lauryn Hill's got 4, TLC's got 8, and Sean Combs 5 to 10. Get it? Like he's going to jail? Right. All right.
One of the most shocking revelations comes from Jason Lee, who has come forward with a list of celebrities who he personally witnessed partying with Diddy. This list includes some of the biggest names in music, film, and sports. And now, many of those same people are suddenly disappearing from the public eye. If they have nothing to hide, why are they running?
You know, a lot of these celebrities, every single celebrity in the culture has been to Diddy's house, which means they've gone through all his phones, text messages. I can read you my text message to Diddy. What day is it airing on the show, on the network? Are you coming on the show? Diddy, what's this? It's all been business for me. It's been business for me. I don't have nothing inappropriate to them people because I don't deal with them like that. So you mean to tell me all those late nights, what you doing, where you at? I've seen Jay-Z at his house. I've seen T.D. Jakes at his house. I've seen Chris Brown at his house. I've seen Jordan Woods at his house. I've seen Travis Scott at his house. I've seen Beyonce at his house. I've seen Tiana Taylor. I've seen them all. Now, we was all in the backyard, but I've seen them all. I've seen Usher there. I've seen DaBaby there. I've seen Justin Bieber there. I've seen... Everybody's been to a Diddy party. I've seen Lindsay Lohan, Ashton Kutcher, Demi Moore, Tyrese, Amber Rose. I've seen them all have been there. Mary J. Blige. I've seen them all. But just because you go to a Diddy party doesn't mean that you were getting sprayed down with Vaseline and baby oil. Because I can tell you right now, ain't nobody ever sprayed me with nothing. And I don't even play around like that. Let me tell you about me. I am so private with my personal intimacy that I love the fact that my business is private.
Dame Dash, another long-time industry insider, has also been vocal about the dark side of Diddy's world. He has called out specific celebrities who allegedly attended Diddy's most notorious parties, warning that some of Hollywood's biggest names could be exposed. If these allegations are true, this could explain why so many celebrities are making sudden career moves, avoiding interviews, or even going off the grid entirely.
But the feds still have Hunter's laptop. They've never returned the original device because it was picked up via a grand jury subpoena. But that Russian stolen laptop, there's no evidence that that has been recovered. So there's more compromise out there, Robert. Hunter Biden was the vice chairman of Amtrak, guys.
What were your thoughts when all this started to break?
It's one of the few times I can claim serendipity. I had no idea that it was going to come down the pike that day with P. Diddy. Obviously, he knew he was under investigation and he gave up his passports beforehand. That's all a sideshow. But I can't claim any prior knowledge. The only thing I can claim is that we've dug into that particular trafficking operation, which is still going on. By the way, anybody that's watching this can go to ubergfe.com. Ubergfe, and GFE stands for a trafficking terms called the girlfriend experience. And Hunter Biden was obsessed with this. I've been the subject of 3 Secret Service investigations with no probable cause. They've come to my house, they've come to my parents' house, they've called my wife.
Wow.
It's absolutely insane.
Well, I think you're right. There are all the threads, and that's why I think when something like Diddy happens, people are concerned about the overlap, right? It feels to me like there are different domains of these operations. And as you said, it's all speculation. I'm not an inside person or have any inside knowledge, but I just observe the patterns. And when you see situations like Epstein being allowed to exist for decades, doing horrendous conduct and palling around with all of the elite, like literally the elite, right? Same thing with the Diddy situation, same thing with Hunter. Right now, he's palling around with the senators, the Congress people, all the other crackhead kids that exist in our, bureaucracy, whatever. And so they're just different domains. It's the same pattern, just different domains. One's in the government, one's in academia, big tech, big finance, one's in Hollywood and pop culture.
The influence of Diddy isn't just limited to music and entertainment. His connections run deep into politics as well. Reports show his close friendships with major political figures, including Obama and Nancy Pelosi. If more information about these connections comes out, it could mean major repercussions beyond just the entertainment industry.
When you want to be the president of the United States, you call your man, call MTV. We're going to give you a platform. We're going to give you a way to speak because you on to something, kid. Well, you on to something. You making sense to me. You got me. I am franchised. I'm not disenfranchised no more. And we're going to keep it nonpartisan, but we got to applaud when somebody's making sense because we've been all around, all over, speaking to politicians, and this is what we call real talk. This is what Pete. Now y'all understand why we vote. We're going to edit everybody else ass out and just run his. Yeah,
I appreciate y'all. Thank you. And I just want to say how much I appreciate Puff Daddy for doing the kinds of work that he's doing, because he doesn't have to do this. But this is part of what is important about giving back.
We applaud you, and I want to apologize for not sweating, but I do this so much. I'm so cool. I just want y'all to see everybody I'm interviewing is sweating. I'm not even touching my brow. I'm so cool, and I want to apologize. I ain't trying to make you look bad or nothing like that, but I'm just so cool. We
T-shirt. I tell you, if he was wearing one of those fancy designer clothes he's designing, he'd be sweating just like me.
As Diddy's trial approaches, the number of celebrities distancing
Barack
themselves
Obama.
from him is becoming impossible to ignore. Some of Hollywood's most powerful names have gone silent, and Jaguar Wright is making sure the world doesn't forget who they are. From Jay-Z to Will Smith, from Beyonce to A-list actors and musicians, the list of those who fled before Diddy's downfall is growing daily. The question is, are they running to protect their own secrets, or are they trying to avoid getting caught up in something even bigger?
We got to go back to even further, the mentors of these people. Because Diddy was taught how to do what he does systematically, and Clive Davis has been his greatest teacher.
Look, Clive Davis is not here to respond to that. Jaguar,
Guess
if
they're
this-
on vacation.
If this goes to court, Jaguar, do you think that the world is going to be shocked by what comes out?
Oh, absolutely. I just don't know why they are. It's been happening in front of everyone's faces for decades. For decades.
How many victims?
What's the difference between me and Judy Garland? Social media.
How many victims?
There was none for her.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands.
Thousands. Damn. Thousands, Jag? Diddy ain't never come home, bro. He might as well go ahead and hang it up, bro. He's never, ever coming home. If he come home, bro, that means he got something on the lawyers, the attorneys, the judges, and everybody else. It'll take a miracle from God for him to come home. I promise you.